Hey guys, Roxxy Sims here, and I have another speed build for you today. Today I am building a vintage pink camper. I am using the new Tiny Living Stuff pack, and I've made this camper into a micro home. Now, if you don't have the Tiny Living Stuff pack yet, let me explain the differences between the different tiers of homes. So there's a small home, and that's like 100 tiles. There's a tiny home, which is 64 tiles, 64 to 100, to 99, I guess. And then you have the micro home, the hardest of them all, which is 32 tiles or below. So my first build using the Tiny Living Stuff pack, and I thought I'd go all out and make a micro home. I do end up using every single one of those 32 tiles as well. I couldn't waste anything. I had to use every one of them. I needed the space, and it just so happened to work out to where, it's like a good rectangular shape. So I am going full retro, kind of 50s diner style a little bit, kind of camper. You know the one, you've seen him before. I thought the desert was a perfect setting for this kind of camper. I kind of planned this for like a retired couple. So they're kind of styling it after their heyday. And it's just a retired older couple. They're living out their days in the warm desert and just living in this kind of cute camper. I just feel like I've seen this couple before. It's like an older man with khaki shorts, and he's wearing sandals but also socks, and maybe like a Hawaiian shirt. The woman has her hair up in maybe a beehive kind of. So yeah, I've fully imagined the couple that I'm building this for. But hey, you could totally have a younger couple live here as well. Maybe they just have that retired kind of mindset, you know what I mean? As you can see here, I am using a roof piece to kind of mimic that curve that you always see on these old campers. That curve you just can't do with a wall, but you can do it with a roof. So that's what I went with, and I'm putting that window there because there's always a window in the front, but you can't really put a window in the roof, so it's kind of just a decorative window to mimic that look of the vintage camper. And I'm putting those lights on there also to mimic a camper. I put these little yellow, you can barely see them, but they're just like little, I'm guessing they're kind of like reflector things that you see on campers. Later, I do change the color of the lights. So the bottom lights are red, the upper lights are yellow. I later put a little panel on the bottom right side of the camper. It kind of looks like a water and electrical hookup that you see on campers. I put some vents and an air conditioning unit, and I use the trailer. It's a boat trailer from the debug section to make it look like this place is actually on wheels. I'm basically just trying to do everything possible to make this look like a real camper. And I am obsessed with this door. This door that came from the Strangerville pack. It's like literally a camper door. I'm so happy that we have it. I'm so happy that we have this trailer now that they've added so many more things to the debug section. The debug. I wanted to explain this little kiddie pool that's in the front there. Yeah, I always see like older people, I've done it too, where they'll have a kiddie pool full of water, but they're not like sitting in the kiddie pool. They're sitting in a chair and just have their feet in the kiddie pool. So I had to have that. The kiddie pool actually still does work. I tested it out, even though it has the chairs in there. You can still lounge in there if you would like. I totally forgot to test if you could sit in the chairs. I don't know why. I was right there. I could have tested it, but I totally forgot. But I know that you still can use the kiddie pool. Since I kind of planned this out for a retired couple, I thought, these people, they are here for relaxation, rest and relaxation. So I had to have a hot tub. And so I'm putting in a little hot tub area, but I have a fence around it for some needed privacy and all that. Because I think I am going to kind of fill this area with some more campers. Like, it's a trailer camper park is what I want to do with this whole section of Oasis Springs. So yeah, and a little fire pit area. Just, I wanted to have, you know, some lounging areas, really. I think I pretty much fully completed the outside before I even did the layout of the inside, which is totally not normal for me, but don't worry, we're getting there. It's coming very soon. But I was just having so much fun with this outdoor area. Just like the kiddie pool, the little lounging, it's so colorful and all of that. I was having so much fun with it, I had to do it first. Speaking of the inside though, I just wanted to tell you that I kind of went like, I wanted to make it as realistic as possible. And every camper that I've ever been in, there's cabinets everywhere. You know, because in a camper, you need a lot of storage. And so I put pretty much cabinets everywhere, just like I've always seen in every camper. And I know that if I lived in a camper, oh man, I would use up every square inch of all those cabinets. I just have way too much stuff. I really don't think I have that much stuff, but it's definitely too much to fit in a camper, that's for sure. Inside, I also put like a booth dining area, and I was just really pleased with the layout. I think it's very similar to pretty much every camper, every really small camper that I've ever been in. So I'm pleased with that. Here we go, finally to the layout. So yeah, just that little tiny like 3.5 tile bathroom. And like I said earlier, I'm going for like a 50s diner-ish kind of look in here. And so you gotta have the white and black checkered tile, of course. And my idea for it is that this couple, they got like a real deal vintage camper, but they've kind of renovated it. So maybe they put these flooring in, redid the tile and all of that. Really played out the 1950s diner look. The colors that I chose for this are very pink and teal and some yellow, and then of course the stark black and white. And I think they're very 50s colors to me. And I wish I could have fit a jukebox in here because, a jukebox would have been perfect in this. I do want to talk a little bit about the booth that I put in here. So I did test things out, and you can use the booth. It's functional. But I just need to warn you, it is a little funky. It doesn't work exactly like other seating. So for example, if you want to watch the TV that's in this like living room area, the sim doesn't sit in the booth on his own. I don't know why, but you can still use it. So like if you click on the booth and you say sit, just tell your sim to sit in it first, and then you can tell them to watch TV, and then they'll watch TV from the booth. Also, I put a laptop on the table with the booth, and it's the same thing. So you tell them to sit, and then they can use the computer. It's just so weird that it doesn't work like other things. And and I think it's really because the booth is from the Dine Out pack. I don't know if you have the Dine Out pack, but let me just tell you something. It is, it's had problems from day one. The Dine Out pack, oh man, it really has so much potential. I want to love it so much because I love taking my Sims out to eat, and I love making restaurants. But the pack really does need some fixing up. I have had it take probably 8-9 hours to have a Sim eat a meal there before. So, it could use some tweaking, I think. I don't know if you had the opportunity to participate in it or not, but recently The Sims did have a survey, a wonderful survey that had questions that I had never seen in a Sims survey before. And one of the questions was, are there any previous packs that you would like us to do like an overhaul on them? And I was like, dine out, dine out, dine out. Like, I think you could choose like 3 options, and I wanted Dine Out to be every one of my options. I know Dine Out is a very old pack now, but I will continue fighting for it. Dine Out, I have your back. I'm fighting for you. I want you to be fixed so badly. as you can see here, I am using this little trick to get this coffee pot into this little corner section here. So I put it on an island counter. I sized down the island counter, and that way I had a little more wiggle room on where I could place the coffee pot. Unfortunately, it did not work. There was just not enough room for the sim to get into that area. So I did play test, I tried to play test everything and make sure everything worked. So unfortunately that just didn't make the cut. It was one of the only things that I had to change though, so that wasn't too bad. I really like these end tables and the dresser that I end up using in here, and the cabinets everywhere. They like have the chrome look on there, which is just so 50s to me. They look 50s and dinerish, and then these lights look really dinerish as well. I have just been in such a retro, vintagey kind of mood lately. I don't know what it is. I just keep on wanting to build old things. But I also do want to build another camper. I want to tell you this dream I have. Okay, so I have this dream, not a literal sleeping dream, but but I really want to buy an old rundown camper and then completely renovate it. I love renovation. I've been renovating the home that I currently live in for a while, and I also want to renovate a camper. So I want to make it really cute in there, kind of modern, just make it just the most adorable thing, and then I want to, go around the country in it. So that is my dream. Hopefully one day I'll be able to do it. But in The Sims, I kind of want to, I want to live out my dream in The Sims. So I want to take an older style camper, but make it really cute and modern inside. So that won't necessarily be my next build, but it probably will be my next camper. I definitely want to build in more different styles of tiny homes, but I just don't have them decided yet. If you have any suggestions, as always, let me know. But I'm still deciding on that. My next camper though, I definitely want it to be the cute modern one. I'll tell you what, taking the pictures for the screenshots at the end of this video was really hard. It's so small in here that you just didn't have room to get good angles for the pictures. So I did my best. It is a micro home, so it's gonna be really small, but the smallness definitely affected the picture taking. So I hope they're to your liking. I've never actually really played out living in this small of a house in The Sims before. I never really have. I like small houses, but I don't typically go this small. So I don't really know how it works, I mean, I've tested everything out, so I know things function and stuff like that. But, I don't know. Having two people in here, that might be crazy. But, there is a lot of things to do outside. And I mean, I probably would even just take this laptop outside to the table in the yard and maybe eat out there and grill out there. So, there are definitely options. You don't have to spend all the time inside, which I think is really what people do in real life as well when they have tiny houses. Cook, sleep, use the restroom inside, but try to spend a lot of time outdoors. So, at least it's realistic. I am curious, you guys, in my next coming up tiny home builds, are you more interested in going just as small as humanly possible, or are you also interested in having a a little bit bigger of a tiny home? So they like I said, they have the micro, the tiny, the small. Which ones do you want me to build? Some of each, only really small, maybe some bigger. Just let me know down in the comments. Also, are you guys getting tired of me building in Oasis Springs? Or is it okay if I build here for a little bit longer? Because I am totally loving building in Oasis Springs lately. So I hope that's okay. Let me know if it isn't. I'm just really starting to appreciate the beauty of the desert, the beauty of Oasis Springs and Strangerville. I'm loving them both lately. I still have to fill up Strangerville for my save file. I have all of the downtown kind of area of Strangerville filled, but I still have to do like all the lots that are like up on the hill. So I gotta figure that out eventually. Well guys, we are pretty much done with this video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope to talk to you all again very soon. Bye everybody!